right issue. All right, when we pick right issue, right equals has two components. We have what? We have a component of what? Free shares, and we have a component of what? Purchase shares. What is right issue? Right issue is a situation where the company, if need be, possibly they need money, the company needs money, or they need maybe they are cash strapped, they need money. However, they may have what? A reserve of what? Of shares that they want to issue so that they can get money. But the intention is that they don't want to issue the share for the public to buy. They want to what? Give it to the existing shareholders to buy. That's what we call right issue. Or it is what? It is also a form of what? Incentivizing the existing shareholders by issuing what? Right issue to them. So the reason why I'm saying that there's a portion of free and there's a portion of what purchase is that one too, it is issued based on what? Based on it is issued, this is how it is, so this is how the right issues are. So they will say that we are giving you what? Right issue of what? Of 3 for 5 shares. Sorry, issuing of what? Of 3 for 5 shares. So that is so here. When they do that, the market price of the shares, if the market price of the share is 2 cedis in the market, and they are issuing what? Right issue price is maybe 1 cedi 50 pesos. So here, when you look at this, you will realize that there is what? There is a component where they are giving it to the shareholders for free, and there's component that the shareholders are buying. This is what that. So here, when we look at it, this share that they are giving they are giving to the ordinary shareholders in the market, they are sold at 2 cedis, but they are giving it to them at 1 cedi 50 pesos. So clearly, you can see that there's a portion of a free, which is what 0.5 is what is free to the shareholder. So they dash them 0.5, but they should buy it at the price of 1 cedi 50 pesos. Right. So this is what we call what? Right issue. Okay. Now, under the right issue, just as we have what? Bonus fraction, we also have what we call bonus what? Factor. Just like when we were doing the bonus fraction, we were having what? Bonus fraction. Under the right issue, we have what we call bonus factor. This bonus factor, unlike the bonus fraction, this one we use what formula to determine this. So the formula is this: right price all divided by what? Theoretical x right price. We use this one to determine the what? The factor. Okay. When we use the above as an example, which one is common right price and the theoretical x right price? The right issue. So you are giving what? Right issue of what? 3 for 5 shares. And they said that the market price of the shares that they are giving it to you is what? Is 2 cedis in the market. But they are selling it to you at what? At the right price of how much? 1 cedi 50 pesos. So here, I want to determine the bonus factor out of this. This is what you do. You need to find all the items in there. So you have right price, theoretical x right price. So right price is what? What is the what? What is the value? How do we find the right price, and how do we find the theoretical x right price? So here, the right price is what? Is the market of what? Of the shares. So here, if so, the right price is how much here? Is what? Is 2 cedis. So now we know the what? We know the right price, but we don't know the what? Theoretical price. We don't know that, so we have to go and then find it. So how do we find the theoretical right price? So you come here. So theoretical. Okay. So if that one, that's how you do it. You will start with shares, price, and value. Now the share is where you can start with what? New or old shares. So you can say what? Old shares, new shares. Now when you look at the right issue that they've given here. They've given you the ratio of what? 3 is to what? 3 is to 5. This is the right issue. So 3 and 5, which one is the old and which one is the new? They said that we will give you a 3 new share for every 5 share that you hold. You understand? So here, clearly, 5 is the what? Is the old shares, and 3 is the new share that they are giving. What is the price? The price, the old share is what? The old share is what? Is the market price, because those people who are holding 5 shares, they bought the share at the price of 2. And those people who are here to receive the 3 share, they will buy the share at what? 170 pesos. So when you multiply, what do you have? Well, here will give you 10, and here will give you what? 4.5. So that gives you what? 14.5, the value. And then we add the share. The share will give you us how much? The share is what? 15. So the share is what? 5. So the share is 8. Alright, so when you are done, then you divide the what? You divide the values. So you will have what? X right price to be the value, which is 14.5 divided by 8. That gives you what? 1.8. So here you have 1 point. So that's what one S right price. So here your S right price is what? 1.8. That's what. So this is what we so now we now know our what? Our bonus factor to what? 2 over 1.8. So this is what we will use if there's any rights issue. This is how we find out what our factor. Omega Limited had 6 million ordinary shares in issue on 1st January 2015. The following event occurred during the year ended 31st December 2015. On 1st March 2015, the company issued 1.5 ordinary shares at full market price. July, further 1 million shares were issued at full market price. October, the company made a right issue of 1 for 5 shares held at a price of 1 cedi 20 pesos. The market price at the time of right issue was 2 cedis. The profit is what? 1.4. Calculate the basic earning per share and then what? And then do restatement of what? Of ordinary shares. All right. That is the question. That is the question. So how do we calculate? Question is what? Omega. So you will start with what? With your period. Start, then you follow out with what? With your shares. You follow up with the number of months. Follow up with any adjustments. Then your weights. All right. So your outstanding shares at the beginning of our accounting year was how much? The outstanding share is 6 million. 1st January 2015 is 6 million. All right. Did they issue a share? Yeah, they issue share on 1st March 2015, 1.5. So new issue 1,500. So you add it. So that gives you what? 7,500. Did they issue a share again along the line? Yes. On 1st July, they issue 1 million. So you have what? 1st July, they issue 1 million. So that gives you what? 8,500. Did they issue a share again? Yes, they did what? They did issue what? Right issue on 1st October. So that's right issue. So that is 1st October. Okay, so how much did they issue on 1st? So the right issue was what? 1 for 5. So every 1 share that you have, they'll give you 5. Every 5 share that they'll give you what? One share. So that gives you what? 1 over 5 multiplied by the current outstanding share, which is what? 8,500. Okay, so when you multiply this, so that's 1 over 5 times 8,005. So that gives you what? 7,700. When you add, it will give you 8,000. So, to give it. Okay, so after that, then we watch. We portion the months. So from 1st January to March is for 2 months. So outstanding here is 1 over 12. The outstanding here from March to June is how many months? It's 4 months. So June, March, April, May, June, 4 months. So 4 over 12. Then from June to October is how many months? June, July, August. July, August, September, which is what? 3 months. And this one will also give you October to December will give you what 3 months. So when you are done, then you add and see if it will be up to 12 months. So this plus this will give you 6, and this plus will also give you 6, so 6 months. Now let us find our bonus factor. So since there's a right issue, our bonus factor will be what? Will be cum right price over what? Theoretical x right. Okay, so here, now we know our cum right price is how much. When we like, what is the market price of the shares? The market price of the shares for 2 cities. That's what 2 cities. But we don't know the theoretical right price. So how do we find it? So you come here, you will have your what? You have your shares, you have your what? You have your share price, and you have what? You have your value. So you can start with what? Maybe your new shares, then you have your old shares. So when you look at it, our new share is how much? 1 and 5, 2 and 1 cedi 20 pesos. Okay. So here I have our new share they are giving us 1. And we are holding what? 5 shares. And the new price they are giving us 1 cedi 20 pesos. And then the old share price is what? 2 cedis. So here is 10. And then here is what? 1.2. So when you add it here, what do you have? Wow, 11.2, and this one is also 6. So now we can have our x right price. So that gives you what? 11.2 over 6. That gives you what? 1.9. So now we have our 1.9 here, and we can make it 1.86. Okay, so now we know our what? Theoretical x right. So that one is 1.86. Okay. So now we know our bonus factor. So that one is what? So you have it here. So the adjustment is the same as what? As when we're doing the factor. So note, adjust bonus factor to the what? To the outstanding shares prior to the issue of right issue. Okay, the same. So here you have it here. You are just to what? To the outstanding. So here 2 over what? 1.86. 2 over 1.86. You will multiply. Other outstanding here 2 over 1.86. We will not adjust here because it should be prior to the adjustment of right issue. So here no adjustments. Okay, so let's weight it. This one will give me 10, 7, 5. This one gives me 2, 6, 8, 8. Okay, this one gives me 2, 2, 8, 4. Well, let's make it 8, 5. Then the last one, 3 over 12 times 20. Okay, so you will have what? 2, 5, 5, 0. Okay, so sum it up as 2285, 2688. So in all, the win is 8598. So this is your win. We have profit. We have profit. In the question, did they give us profit? They give us profit. Profit is what? 70/40. So then you can have your what? Your basic earning per share to what? To be 70/40 all divided by 1, which is 898. 8598. Okay. So here you will have your basic earning per share to be 0.82 to be your basic earning per share. So that is right issue. So far, so good. That is how it is calculated. So this is what you can do restatement of what 2015 as I did it under bonus issue. You use the same method to do the restatement. So it's simple. You will pick the what? You will pick the profit. You will pick the shares. The shares as of 2015, 2014. Do the restatement for 2014. Okay. All right. So it's 2014 restatement since we are doing 2015. So you restate the 2014. So here you have what? You have your shares. Your shares, they've declared what 5 million shares. Then you restate because of all the adjustment that you've done. So how do you do the restatement? So you come and you say what? adjustment of what? Bonus what? Factor. This one is what? Bonus factor. Which is what? You pick the bonus factor is how much? Is 2 over 1.86 multiplied by this share, which is what? 5,000. What do you have? Multiplied by the 5,000. What do you have? So you have 2 over. So that gives you, that gives you what? 53.7. So this is what you are going. This is what you are going to use to what for doing. So they declare what net profit of how much 6 million. So which is 6,000. So here you can now have your basic earning per share to what to be 6,000 divided by shares, which is what 5,376. Okay. Okay, so that gives you what 1.11. So watch it. Have you seen the basic per share after restatement? This is 1.11. Check the before restatement. So after restatement is 1.11. But check this. Where is it? What is the basic earning per share as calculated? That one is what 0.82. So here the investor can do comparison between what 2014 and 2015 basic earning per share. So you have what 2014 and what 2015 basic earning per share. So this one 1.11 and this one 0.82. But if you didn't do the adjustments, the basic earning per share would have been 5,000. Basic earning per share would have been less. That would have been 1.2. But when you did the adjustment, it has reduced a bit downwards. All right. So that will help you to what? To do the comparison between the 2 years. Okay, so please, that is it about rights issue. Thank you very much. God willing, we shall meet again.